been an absolute rocket ride for the last 2 weeks. The best ride of my life, and I have enjoyed every minute. We have a killer central administrative staff. Yeah. They welcomed me with open arms. I think it was just because they were happy to have 2 more hands on an oar rowing toward the shore. But it is a great team. We had a great time. Shaking every hand I could find in the building, from the mail guy to the custodians, all the way up to the instructional leaders, and Mr. Gimple, who's kept everyone in order in the interim period. Just a fantastic group, a lot of fun. From the front door, receptionist with Judy with her wonderful smile, to the back door where the trash is taken out by Mr. Pendleton. Just wonderful people doing great work. Have really, really enjoyed visiting schools. I try to be a full contact instructional environment visitor. Ms. Cole, thank you so much for going with me to Cortland. Isn't that cougar amazing? We had a great time. The band is amazing. I met the most academically oriented choral vocalist, hurdler, football player that I have ever met, who has a mature bearing beyond his years. A very interesting fellow. As I recall, his name's Jamal. I hope we can get him to come to a future stand event. The stand event was terrific. You were also there. That was a wonderful exercise with instructional leaders and with students, and terrific opportunity to catch perspectives from the students. Thank you very much for your comment this evening about working together. I know we've had our differences, and we're going to work together, and we're going to do great things, because it really is all about improving the educational environments, educational opportunities, and educational quality for the children of this community. And that's what I'm about, that's what we're about, and that's what we're going to do. Ms. Shelley, thank you very much for your focus on special education. It was a very interesting time meeting, really listening in on the advisory committee meeting. I didn't say much. I was in a data gathering mode. It was very interesting and a lot of inputs. I've also had the opportunity to spend considerable time, disproportionate time, with Ms. Landridge about special education, some individual issues, and also to interact with her about the new and different in-service training that she offered, that Ms. Gillespie was celebrating in her comments. That was a unique event for Spotsylvania, and I know from interacting with some of the instructional staff in the Commons before the event started that they really welcomed having something that is just for them. And we're very challenged with attracting instructional talent, especially in special needs, and I think that training is helpful. There is other work to be done, and I'm working with HR on that, because we want to improve our recruitment and our retention of employees. And that really is, I think, an area that my experience can help. Because I have been a professionally trained advocate in the Commonwealth of Virginia as an attorney for more than 35 years. I've been in local government for more than 30 years, and it's always been with community in mind and with advocacy in mind. And I am really excited about being here working with the school division. Dr. Daniels, thank you so much for the efforts that you've put forward after the Finance and Audit Committee meeting and at other occasions where you've been in the office on various business, and we've just had opportunities to interact in the hall and talk for a few minutes, share ideas. You've been very welcoming, and I very much appreciate it. I look forward to working with you. The snack issue is one that Mr. Gimple is continuing to gather some information on, and we will bring forward some concrete ideas, hopefully at the next regular meeting of the board. It is notable to us so far that we're finding that really a range of feedback from the schools For example, it appears that 10 of our elementary schools do have sponsors in the community, 7 do not. We have 7 schools that have indicated they don't have needs. Other schools do indicate that they have needs. So we're looking at how those needs can be met, maybe how other sponsors can be identified. Personally, I deeply appreciate your comments about healthy snacks. And so we're going to do our best to fit all of that together in a strategy that will make sense and make good use, best use of available resources and opportunities. School visits, the garb issue is critically important. I ask to be outfitted with garb so that when I walk into a school, I'm identified as a friend and not a stranger. And especially with smaller children, I think that that's very, very important. And certainly at Berkeley Elementary, for example, wearing the Berkeley shirt, and I know there were some interesting comments about how I didn't know how to dress professionally on social media, and I beg to differ, because when you walk up to a first and second grader in a shirt that is the same as what the staff in their building wears, they identify you as a friend. I had children come up, we went out and saw kids at one school on the playground, and I had kids run up and give me a hug because I was a friend. I was correctly labeled in their environment. I was professionally dressed to serve them, and that, in my estimation, is what this job is about. So I also want to mention very briefly, I know I'm leaving a lot of different things out, but the hour is late. Mr. Forrest and I are exchanging concerns lately about the pattern of near weekly serious power outages in our community. It's been affecting our facilities in small ways. Over the weekend, it impacted us in a large way. It forced the field hockey tournament or some of the games to be relocated. That is really aberrational to my experience. I've been in Spotsylvania County one way or another since 1997, and for this time of year, and Mr. Forrest and I we've had other just conversations with staff, it just seems very odd that we would have this many outages. We're going to work on sitting down with representatives from REC and Dominion Power and make sure that they understand that these outages are impactful to us, and if this is what's happening just in a blustery autumn, heaven help us when the snow falls and there's serious weather to deal with. We want to make sure that we are a priority for them, and service to our facilities is a priority for them, and an appropriate one. I've been working with HR to focus on policies and processes relating to recruitment so that we can try to make our process as efficient as possible. I have some anecdotal suggestions from new employees and from frustrated prospective employees and applicants about how we might make our process better. And we want to work on that. HR does have a job fair coming up on Tuesday, December 6th from 3 to 6. We're looking for licensed teachers, for paraeducators, for substitutes, for bus drivers, and for others, and are encouraging all interested folks to come out. Mr. Boozemel, thank you very much for your support, kind words, and encouragement. I simply appreciate the opportunity to build relationship with you and help move forward your service to the community. You and I met when you were I think you were a volunteer for a congressman who had an office in a space that the county donated or gave. I think we had actually a lease for a nominal amount for a congressman in county administration. I met Mr. Boozemel just chatting in the hall about public policy issues and about community issues. Those were very interesting conversations. Who would have imagined we would end up either one of us in our respective positions here. Thank you. Ms. Gillespie, thank you for your support and encouragement. Thank you for coming along on the school visits. My intention is to get to all of the schools, and our practice is to make sure that we get the word out as early as possible, and sometimes that's not until the day of. I apologize in advance for that, but we want to get the word out. We will get the word out to each of you when a visit is to occur in your district. We'll give you advance notice if we possibly can. I would love to hear more, or you can let my office know about your priorities for where I should go first in your district and what I should see. It wasn't all just hugs, happiness, fist bumps, and wonderful band serenades. We also saw evidence of plumbing problems. We saw leaks in the roof. We saw stained tiles and missing tiles. We saw other maintenance problems. We stood in kind of dampish feeling environments that we were told had passed mold testing and that were safe, but we talked about how to improve those environments nonetheless. We're focusing on those issues. It's invaluable to have staff along on the visits because they take good notes and are dutiful in following up on particulars. I tend to want to run and find the next classroom full of kids, meet a teacher, find out what we're learning on a given day, and just engage with as many people as possible while I'm in the building because time is very short and very limited. Ms. Phelps, thank you very much for your support and encouragement in the recruitment and really since my onboarding. Thank you for just being in touch and for interacting positively with me. I look forward to serving you. I look forward to visiting school in Lee Hill, and let me know or let Laura know in the office where you would like to go first, and we'll be happy to do that. Mr. Twigg, it is a joy to be here, and yes, we have really, through our wives, I think we've known each other for some number of years, but not in any professional capacity. Appreciate your support, appreciate your encouragement, and no matter what the mob says, I don't really believe you beat me the other three into supporting me. It's been a strange dynamic. Nobody has ever been the county attorney, county administrator, and school superintendent in the same community in Virginia. My interest in this, folks, is about community. And I want to be the best advocate, the best friend that the Spotsylvania County Public Schools has ever had. And I appreciate the opportunity to work for you and to serve this community and look forward to doing great things. Thank you very much.